Okay, so now in today's lecture, what we are going to do, we are going to cover up the UGC net paper analysis of 2021, and we are taking political science section. Okay, so we are going to discuss political science UGC net paper analysis we are going to do for 2021. Okay, so we are taking first questions from shift 2. Okay, the exam was held on 22nd November 2021. So let's do a detailed analysis of the questions asked. So the first question that came up was, which prime minister pursued the foreign policy of extending non-reciprocal concessions to neighboring states? Okay, so neighboring states, so it was taken, the four options that were given to the candidates were Indra Kumar Gujral, Manmohan Singh, PV Narasimha Rao, and VP Rao. So which of the following is the correct option? Okay, so which prime minister did it? So basically the correct answer for this particular question is Indra Kumar Gujral. A very simple question to tackle. Okay, so if I talk about this Gujral doctrine, it came up in the year 1996. Okay, and in the H.D. Devgowda government. So former Prime Minister late I.K. Gujral propounded this Gujral doctrine when he was the Union Minister of External Affairs in 1996-1997 in the H.D. Devgowda government. Okay, so it was based on 5 principles, and the 5 principles are like with neighboring states such as Bhutan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Maldives, and Sri Lanka, India does not seek reciprocity. Okay, reciprocity, and this word was actually mentioned that time. Okay, so but offers and accommodates what it can in good faith and trust. So this what's the correct answer? The correct answer is Indra Kumar Gujral, and it is not Manmohan Singh, it is not PV Narasimha Rao, nor it is VP Singh. So the correct answer for this particular question is option number 1. So another question that was asked in the exam, question number 2, that who among the following is a positive liberalist? Okay, so 4 options were given to you: H.J. Lusky, Herbert Spencer, Milton Friedman, and Robert Nozick. And out of the 4, what is the correct option? Okay, so the correct response is obviously Lusky. Okay, so Lusky's positive liberalist approach. So what would be the correct response? The correct response is option number A. Now let's see another question. So you have to match list 1 and list 2, and you have to choose the correct answer from the options that were given to you. So in the list 1, A.G. Frank, Carl W. Mikhail Gorbachev, Morton Kaplan, and in list number 2, Glasnost, systems theory, communication theory, and dependency theory is talked about. So if I know that A.G. Frank has written dependency theory, so A is 4. So can you see in the options A is 4? Yes. Here is my answer. No other option says A is 4. That means the question has become more easy for me now. I can easily guess the correct answer. So by Carl, the Carl has written the communications theory, a very famous theory. Then Mikhail Gorbachev has written Glasnost and the Morton Kaplan systems theory. Okay, so Kaplan system theory is very, very famous also. Okay, so by this, if you just remember one of them, you can easily tackle the question. Very easy and very simple to understand, right? So the correct option, the correct answer for this particular question is number 4. Another question that came up in the exam and was quite tricky for the candidates was this particular question. So you have to arrange the evolutionary phases of public administration in ascending order. Okay. So 5 options were given to you: principles of administration, politics, administration and dichotomy, era of challenge, crisis of identity, and public policy perspective. So 5 options that were given to you, and you have to arrange them in the ascending order. So the first that came up was the politics administration dichotomy. Second was principles of administration. Third is the era of challenge. Fourth is the crisis of identity. And fifth was the public policy perspective. Okay, so from the options you have to arrange it in the ascending order. So the order is from B, then A, then C, then D, and then 8. Okay, so this was the order that need to be followed. Okay, so the first came politics, administration, dichotomy, then came the principles of administration, then came the era of challenge, then came the crisis of identity, then came your last, the public policy perspective. Okay, so one of the question was asked on the book, one of the book, famous books it is. So who is the author of the book Emily? So four options were given to the candidates: Hobbes, Locke, Plato and Rousseau. So out of the four you have to select one, that which one is correct. So the correct response for this particular question is the book Emily is written by Jean-Jacques Rousseau. So what is the correct answer? Rousseau, right? So if you study about Rousseau, definitely this work of Rousseau is clearly mentioned over there. Okay, so it was a quite tricky question to actually remember the exact book. Okay, so under works of Rousseau we can find the work Emily also. Okay, so it is based on a treatise on education in the form of a novel. Okay, and that has been also called the Charter of Childhood. So this was about the book that was written by Jean-Jacques Rousseau.